Tonight, we're in downtown Hobart. We're standing outside the historic Hobart Art Theater. We are here for the Rocky Horror Picture Show on this week's Jump in the Lake.
Describing Rocky to non-Rocky people is so absolutely difficult. You have to bring an open mind. If you don't bring an open mind, it's just...
It's Rocky Horror. It's this movie that was so outside the norm at the time it was done.
The movie is a 1975 parody of old B-film, sci-fi, 50s and 60s, stuff like that. It centers around Brad and Janet, the main characters, who are your typical 50s American kids who get caught in the rainstorm and have to go to the castle, the foreboding castle, for help, where they meet the inhabitants who are from the planet of Transsexual in the galaxy of Transylvania.
And from there, all kinds of
wacky sexual hijinks, I guess.
But the audience participation wasn't something that came when the movie was first released. That didn't happen.
No, actually, the film bombed when it came out. Even though it was a huge hit stage show, the film bombed, and they put it on the midnight circuit to see if they could try to squeeze some money out of it. And from there, this all happened in New York at the Waverly Theater. And from there, one night, some guy just yelled a line at the screen, and it started from there. People started, trying to top each other. Then they started bringing props, throwing rice during the wedding scene, using squirt guns during the rain scene, and they would just keep trying to top each other until it evolved to the point where they were all costuming themselves quite screen accurately and performing the movie actually in front of the movie while it was going on.
I saw the movie and I fell in love with, the soundtrack and just what it was, this glam rock, rock and roll, weird B-horror film sort of parody film. I loved it. And then when I discovered what shadowcasting was...
Explain, if you haven't heard of it, what's a Rocky Horror Shadowcast?
Oh, the Rocky Horror Shadowcast, it's a cast of people who do their best to costume themselves as screen accurately as possible as the characters on the screen, and then they act the movie out while it's on the screen in front of it. So we build props, they, put together costumes, we study costumes to get down little stupid details that no one else but us really cares about.
How do you cast the show? And do you have open calls? Or do you just pull people out of the audience and say, hey, come on back? How does it work?
There's a few different ways it works to join the cast. To join the cast, you can just come see the movie and then come up to one of the cast members and just say, hey, I want to do it. And we pretty much just accept anybody. There's no auditions really. It's just, if you come here and put the work in and you learn the character and get the costume, we'll put you on stage. Casting is a little different. A lot of shows actually have a set lineup. I would be Janet, but if I couldn't make it, I'd have an understudy. A lot of shows do it like that. We are in the minority in that we cast the show week to week. We do it monthly now, so we have it set for the month. But what happens is, I'm our only Janet right now, so I'm not a very good example, but we have 4 Franks.
Got it.
So me and the cast officers, there's 3 of them, we'll all sit down in a meeting and we'll decide who's going to perform each role each week. So it could be different every month.
Over the course of the last 12 years, I've probably seen 1,000 people join and leave casts just in this area. And then at the same time, you've got people that have been gone for a couple of years that will come back and get back into it, even on a semi-regular basis. Tonight we have a Columbia performing that I used to perform with back when I started, that left for a long time and is starting to get back into it.
Help Me Mommy. You want to explain what that means?
Yeah, that's actually the name of our Shadowcast. When we were forming, we had a lot of people that were back in the day part of the Pink Invaders and some newer people in the area that wanted to get involved with it. And we sat down and we were going over, you know, what we were going to do and who was going to do what. And of course we had to decide on a name for it. Typically it's something that's in the movie or an AP line or something associated with it. And it was down to 2 different things. And I won't tell you the second one because the other one was a good friend of mine's suggestion. He plans to do it one day. So if I mention it out loud, he'll be very upset with me. The one that I threw out was Help Me Mommy, which instantly the whole room laughed and we went with it and everything else. We didn't so much put much thought into what people that weren't affiliated with Rocky were going to think of that, so that's caused some fun instances in the past with promotions and advertising. They're like, Help Me is that a battered woman shelter? No.
It's just a line from the show, right?
Yeah. If nothing else, it's attention grabbing, and that has served us well with it.
So the cast that performs here, it basically is under that umbrella, that Help Me Mommy.
Yeah.
Got it. What made you start doing it, or decide you wanted to get involved, or you needed to?
A lot of it was, you know, the teenage angst and the need to be or become somebody else for one night. Just let those, you know, everything else from the week just disappear. I started when I was about 17, so, you know, 17 is a great age. But a lot of it was just, you know, being somebody else for one night where you didn't have to worry about anything else was amazing. And you just let everything else drop away and just focus on your character, on the stage, and on the audience, and have a great show.
It's very personal. Everyone has their own reason why you know, they dedicate so much of their time and their money, and, you know, they have a passion for it. I don't really know how to put it into words. It's the vibe of the show, the people I meet. You know, there's new people that come in every week, new people join our cast every so often, and all my friends and, you know, my really close friends, my boyfriend, people, you know, I care about are all Rocky Horror people, and that's what keeps me coming back.
So it's more of a tone that the movie sets, and it's kind of an intangible thing that I couldn't explain, but this is where all these people end up, and this is where it happens.
I mean, it's a lot of teamwork. If you don't have teamwork, the entire production would fall apart. So it's a love of the show, it's a love of the movie, it's a love of the genre, so to say, and it's a love for each other that really kind of keeps that going.
It's a good time. It's odd. It's very weird. You have to be open-minded when you come here, but you'll never experience anything else like it.